In this video, I will show you how to get footage looking like this, turn into something like this. It can be done for both thumbnails and clips. This is done with the help of an AI upscaling software called Video 2X. This is open source, which means it's completely free, and if I understand licensing correctly, it should be completely fine to use for commercial work, etc. To download, open a browser, type in video2x.org, and you will be redirected to a GitHub page. There's also a link in the description. Go down to Download Windows Releases and click the Go to the GUI page. Then click Download the latest GUI release. Then you can scroll down, there's an Assets, click the Video2x zip file, and it should start downloading. After the download is complete, just unzip the folder wherever you like. You will end up with a folder looking like this. You want to open the Video2x GUI. When you do that, it will open the graphical interface along with a commando prompt. The prompt you don't really have to care about. It will just show all the processing and shit. So just minimize it. Do not close it because it will close the program. Now there's a lot of different stuff in this interface, but most of it you won't really have to care about. The important steps are inside the Express settings. But before we do any of that, we gotta have something it needs to upscale, the input, and where it should put the new file to, the output. You could click select file on the input and then find your file and do the same for the output, but there's a much easier way. You just drag the file you want to upscale into the program and it will automatically choose the input, and it will also automatically bring the output to be wherever your inputted file is located. Even better is if you have multiple files you need to upscale, you can sling them all into a folder and then do the same process by just dragging the folder into the program, and it will upscale all the files inside the folder. Now to the Express settings. First of all, there's the drivers, which is the different AI upscalers. I would personally recommend you the Waifu 2X Cafe when upscaling Osrs stuff. This apparently requires NVIDIA GPU, so if you do not have this option, I will show you later in this video some examples of the different AIs. But honestly, just play around with it and see which one gives you the result that you prefer. All the other settings doesn't really matter. The default works fine. You can play around with scale ratio and processes, but be aware this will take longer to upscale, and 2x ratio usually gives a very good result anyway, so might just be wasting your time. Now after all of that is done, you just click start and it will start upscaling. Depending on your specs and settings, this will probably take around 5 to 15 seconds per frame, and when it's done it's going to pop up with a little message where it tells you how long it processed for, and that's it. Your input has now been upscaled, and there should be a new file called whatever you call your file _output, which is the upscale version of your file. Now I think it's worthy to note that I wouldn't recommend you to go in and upscale every single piece of footage that you have for your own personal RuneScape videos. Of course, this is up to you, but I would recommend mainly using this feature for thumbnails. There's really no reason to not use this for thumbnails, but when you're dealing with footage, I would recommend using it for stuff you need to be extra epic. So like trailers, intro, outro sequences. Maybe there's a really hype part you want to highlight. Maybe you want to make a montage, stuff like that. Hopefully you found this video helpful. And if you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below or DM me on Twitter. Thank you for watching.